you're doing small batches of clear coat, these cups can be a little bit tricky. It's a lot easier to use a little scale to keep your mix consistent. I usually start by weighing the cup first. That way, if your scale turns off while you're trying to make your mix up, you can always subtract that and know where you're at. It's 8.88, which I'm just gonna round that to 9. Either write it somewhere or maybe we'll just write it right on the cup. It can be difficult to pour out of these bigger containers. I like to mix my activator and clear coat separately. That way, if you accidentally go over, you got a second chance to get your mix right. I know the clear coat is going to have more in it, so that's an easy way to tell. But as you go through and empty these cups out, you won't be able to tell the difference. So I'm just going to mark this one as my clear, and then this is my activator. I'm just going to re-zero this, and I want to be 45, so I'll just pour off. All right, close enough. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but after 10 batches, that's going to add up to quite a bit. As far as reducer goes, I like to do between 5 and 10%. With the fast activator, I'm going to stay closer to about 5%. So we had 100 in the clear coat, 50 in the activator, well 45, but we'll call it 150. So 5% of that is going to be about 7.5. I get 7.5 in here. Missed by a mile. Well, a gram over. So we'll call that close enough. After I get these mixed up, I'm going to let these sit for a bit. After you get all your chemicals mixed together, I like to give this a little stir. I'm going to add a little bit of glitter and some pearl to this mix. When you're doing adding the glitter and pearl on a small batch like this, you don't need very much. You can easily overdo it when you're adding these to the small batches. So less is more usually on these. I'm just going to go with a little bit of that glitter and a small amount of this white pearl. And like I said, you don't need much. Mix that up a bit. After I got those all mixed up, I'm just going to let this sit. Like I said before, like I almost forgot, wipe this rim off a little bit. That way your cap won't stick. I try not to get the mix on the cap. It makes it a lot nicer for cleanup. I'm going to cover this and let it sit. I would say 5 to 10 minutes is best. If you let it sit for a while, you're gonna have a lot less chance of getting a run. It just seems to hang better if you let these chemicals activate for a bit.